Hi guys, so today I'm back in the allotment. I thought I'd come early and do some filming, so none of my plot neighbours are here at the moment, which is great. So today I brought some kohlrabi with me. I'm going to plant that out and I'll show you in a minute where I'm going to plant that. I had sown some beetroot, but the slugs have had a lot of them, and because I haven't been here for a couple of weeks because of the weather, the weeds, everything's just taken over, but the weeds are growing and not the veg. So yeah, I'll take you over to the bed where I'm going to put them now and show you what's going on. The weather today is absolutely amazing. It's beautiful, so I hope you can see okay, because I can't really see much on the screen. But this little tunnel here is where I sowed the beetroot, and I sowed some here, and I left the weeds to grow because I wasn't sure what was beetroot and what was weeds, but it seems now that there is absolutely no beetroot. So I'm going to take this up now and weed it, and then plant my kohlrabi. So I've taken the netting off now, my shadow, and if you look in here, that there is a beetroot, and all the way around it, and there's another beetroot there. Now I sowed some boltardi in here, but I also sowed some multicoloured ones. So I'm going to weed this really carefully now, and if I do see any, I'm going to keep them. So I've been weeding this bed now, and actually I found loads of beetroot. Well, not as many as I planted. There's the yellow ones that side, multicoloured ones that side, and the boltardi this side. Now I sowed these back at the end of March, so they've taken this long to germinate. I thought the slugs maybe had eaten them. They've had a few obviously, but I just think it's been that cold. They've been really slow to germinate, so I'm really chuffed. And hopefully some of these survive. So now I'm going to get the kohlrabi and plant that. So these are my Kohlrabi plants, and they're not looking that great. I had 2 trays of these, but the slugs got one because they just didn't do very well. I don't know why. They had exactly the same compost, same seed trays, they were pricked out at the same time, but these have done loads better. But the slugs have had a few nibbles now, so I'm going to plant these in. I'm a little bit gutted because I wanted a lot more of these, but it doesn't matter, it's only May and I can sow some more and have them later on in the season, like towards autumn, winter. Okay, so that's the kohlrabi in. I know the bed still looks a bit weedy and messy, but those weeds will die down and hopefully the worms will come up and, you know, turn them into a bit of compost. Kohlrabi, you need to plant it right on the surface. So there's a spider in there with an egg. So I just plant it ground level, because that's where the bulb forms. The bulb forms on top of the soil. And these need to be covered now because they are the brassica family. So you've got the cabbage white slugs, and we have pigeons here. They'll just annihilate them. This is my lettuce that I planted 2 weeks ago, and it's looking really great. The slugs haven't touched it at all, so I'm hoping now they'll get a bit of a move on so I can have a bit of a feed off them. I'll cover this now. The ground's still quite damp. I'll come back tonight and water them because I don't want the leaves getting burnt in the sun because it is very sunny today. Right, let's go and plant the chickpeas. So this year this is going to be the chickpea bed. I've done nothing with it yet because I had robins nesting. I don't know what's happened to them, but they're gone. So I thought I'd crack on with this. I've planted some perennial leeks, they're the Babington leeks, because I think my overall plan was to make this a leek bed, but the leeks, they've done really well in the other bed, so I don't know, I'm just going to leave them here for now to fatten up, and I'll put the chickpeas in this bit here. So these are the chickpea plants. They've done really well, and they're just out of supermarket bought dried chickpeas. They're not special seeds or anything, so I'm gonna plant these out now, just break them apart. I'll see how many I've got, and then I might even direct sow some more over there. Now, when I first got the allotment, I planted some Jerusalem artichokes in this bed and grew them, and then realised I didn't actually like them. So I left them in for 2 years, and then I took them out. They're really, really hard to get rid of. There's some coming up still this year. But one thing I have noticed is that this bed hasn't had any bindweed. All the other beds, I've got loads and loads of bindweed, and I had bindweed in this bed, but since growing the Jerusalem artichokes, I don't know why, but the bindweed didn't come back. And I found out the Jerusalem artichoke is the same family as the sunflower. So, and the sunflowers, I've talked about it before, they take all the toxins out of the soil and clean it. So I'm hoping that's, so I'm thinking maybe that's why none of the bindweed has grown in this bed. And it's really, really nice soil in here. I'm hoping the chickpeas will enjoy it, and I've got to remember this year not to feed them because they really didn't like that last year. I fed them a liquid feed, and yeah, they did not like it at all. So I'm going to give this bed a quick weed now. Can you tell how, you know, there's not, compared to like the beds over there and everything, the weeds in here are hardly non-existent compared to the other beds. And like I said, I haven't been able to touch this because of the robins. So if even if I didn't enjoy eating the Jerusalem artichokes, they did a great job of getting rid of the weeds and the bindweed in this bed. Right, let's crack on. Okay, so I've just ripped off a big chunk. Look at those roots, these could have gone out ages ago. And then I'm just gently pulling them apart. There's the chickpea and the roots on that. And I'm planting them about 6 inches apart. I'm burying them quite deep as well. So, and then just twist the roots and put them in. So it looks like I will have to put some of these over in the bed over there as well. Even though I'd love to just cram all these in. So I'm just getting them and gently pulling them apart. So I usually put chicken manure on my bed, chicken pellets on my beds, but these are the same family as the peas and beans, and they already make their own nitrogen, so I think that's what upset them last year, that gave them too much nitrogen, and I didn't like it, so I'm not going to do that this year. That's stuck. Yeah, I'm not going to give them a nitrogen feed this year. Right, I'm going to get on with planting these now, and then I'll show you once I'm finished. Okay, so this is the chickpea bed here done, and I've only maybe planted a third of what I've got, so I'm going to go over to the bed over there now and sort that out and plant some more. Looking a little bit floppy at the moment, but that always happens because of the shock of transplanting them. But they should perk up. Oh, I'm so glad the sun is out finally and it's warming up. I was getting quite down about the whole situation, just thinking that I should write this year off. Maybe just turn the beds over and not plant anything because I was running out of time. But you know, it's still early and loads of time to do stuff. So right, I'm going to crack on with the bed over there now. The only thing is there's loads of ants. I hate ants because it really hurts when they pee on you. And yeah, so I'll crack on over there now with that bed. But they're really pretty as well. Forget how pretty chickpea plants are. So even if I don't get any chickpeas, at least it'll look pretty. Okay, so that's all done. So I've planted another 36 there, and I think I planted 36 there. And then in the middle are my Babington leeks. Now by August these will die down and then they start growing again in the winter. So I've stuck a couple of leftover chickpea plants in there, so hopefully as the chickpeas grow the leeks will be dying down, so they'll have plenty of room to grow, and then the chickpeas will be over before the leeks make any growth progress, so before they put on any size. So yeah, really chuffed. I didn't think I'd be able to get anything in this bed because of the robins. Now they've gone. I've got some flowers here. So the green ones here are autumn lollipops, and I think these ones here are sweet williams. I'm not sure, I can't remember. And then there's something grown here, which I've no idea what that is. So now I'm going to tidy up because I've made a bit of a mess. And then after I've tidied up here, I'm going to crack on with some weeding. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye.